Hey, good day everyone. So welcome to the subject course Readings in Philippine History. I am Alaysa May Briones. So the discussion, this is from Rex Education Book. So this discussion introduces history as a discipline and as a narrative. And the definition, the issues surrounding it, the sources to be used, methodologies on how history was written, since general education subjects are the foundation. Kumbaga nakapaloob dito ang mga basic skill na kailangan mong matutunan. Aside sa mga sasauluhing mga events, mga tao, dates, places. Ayon nga kay Professor Emeritus Jose Idalisa Jr., intelligence, cleverness, knowledge, and wisdom are very different things. So, knowledge without values is worthless. If you have a sense of good and bad, right and wrong, it is worthier than a summa cum laude who doesn't learn. So learn to love something larger than yourself. Family, material things. Because nation, freedom, equality are very attractive ideas. But you have to learn to bring these big words in actions. Hindi lang basta dito sa Readings in Philippine History, tatandaan again yung mga dates, the heroes, the issues, but we can also use how the historians criticize a certain source to the present day. Yan, pakikipamalita, yan sa mga nauusong mga chismis na meron sa showbiz. Yan, pwede nyo gamitin how, again, the historian criticize. So moving on to the definition. Yeah, history, historia, study of the past that consists of beliefs and desires, practices and institutions of human beings. Or in history, it is the knowledge acquired through inquiry or investigation. Noong una, ang kadalasang definition ng history ay mga chronological record of significant events. Kasi yung mga traditional na mga historians, kapag no document ay no history. Hindi naman porket no document ay wala ng history. So, the historian's duty is to write everything. Kasi positivist view itong no document, no history. Again, the downside nitong part na to ay ang mga naisusulat lang, yung nai-document lang ay yung mga importanteng tao. Yung mga nanalo sa mga wars, mga heroes, mga saints, mga mayayaman, yung mga revolusyon. It means that unless a written document can prove a certain historical event, then it will not be considered as a historical fact. Again, kung walang nasusulat, para sa mga traditional or positivist, then wala itong history. Walang nangyaring ganito hanggat wala silang nakikitang written document. Again, mayayaman, mga popular na tao ang merong biography. So, paano naman yung ibang social class, mga indigenous people? So, the historians opted to use oral traditions through songs, storytelling. Yan, sa mga archaeologists, naghuhukay sila ng mga buto, artifacts, and also architecture. And history as a discipline. What is history? Why study? And history for whom? And this can be answered by historiography or investigation. history of history, how to interpret the sources and ways history was written. Kasi yung history ay pwedeng magamit to unite a nation, illegitimize yung regime, magkaroon ng collective identity ang mga tao. Because the lessons from the past can be used to make sense of the present for us to be better. As a narrative or account or story, it is intended for a certain group of audience. Kaya nila ginagawa, sinusulat itong history para sa ibang audience. Para may market silang gustong ipabasa. Pero yung 100% na interpretation ng account is impossible. Kasi wala tayo doon. Saka hindi tayo basta-basta mag-i-interpret ng mga historical documents. Wala tayong training doon. Only the archaeologists, historians, mga researchers, mga chemists, yan, sila ang nakaka-access sa past directly. And they will only get a representation of the past through the historical sources. So it is the historian's job not just to seek the evidence, the facts, but also to interpret this. And of course, kapag sila yung nag-i-interpret, yung subjectivity nila will inevitably influence the process of historical research. Pero dapat talagang scientific yung process ng historical research. So we have our popular historians, Beto Campo and Xiao Chua. They have social media platforms, so subscribe to them. Kaysa kung sino-sino ang influencers na inyong fina-follow na nagkakalat ng fake news. So we have the school of thought, the positivism. Kapag positivist ka, naniniwala ka sa positivism, dapat sa pagsusulat ng history, it will be based from empirical and observable evidence. Post-colonialism, creating identities of their society against the colonizers. Kasi nga, after colonialism, they will write their history, their identity as a nation, base sa nangyaring colonization. Then lastly, the analyst school of history, understanding complex range of factors. Hindi lang basta yung mga kalimitang branches of discipline, but lumalawak yung parang pag-aaral ng mga researcher. Ano bang history ng mga pheasants? Yan. Next. Yeah. So, historical sources. Saan nagbabase ang mga historians? So, the primary sources, same time of the event. Yung pag-produce ng source, dapat yung tao at the same time of the event. Siya mismo yung eyewitness. Secondary sources used primary source to produce the material. Kumbaga, ginawang reference yung mismong source. Yeah, for example, ng primary sources, mga statistics from the research or yung mismong research, old maps, diary. Yan, kasi yung mismong tao yung nagsulat. When it comes to the research, kayo mismo mga researcher yung nagkalap ng mga data. So, your thesis, your research is a primary source. Then, we move on to the external criticism. dito ay physical characteristics. Ine-examine ng historians yung physical characteristics ng sources. So, the internal criticism is the truthfulness. May agenda ba itong sources? Hindi basta porket may lumitaw na evidence or sources na related sa isang event ng ating history ay agad na paniniwalaan. Kailangan muna nilang idaan ito sa external and internal criticism. Baga, external, tugma ba yung mga ink, yung papel, kahit yung language na ginamit at that timeline. Ang internal criticism again, truthfulness, may agenda ba? Ano ba yung pinahihiwatig? Baka kaya lang to nilabas ng isang tao ay dahil nga for a certain audience. So, before a certain sources or document be fully acknowledged, ay idadaan ito sa external and internal criticism. So, the Philippine historiography, since wala tayo masyadong nasusulat na mga document compared to the other countries, we based our history through communal songs and epic. Kasi just like what we have observed, watched sa mga sublian, yung mga folk songs, mga folk dance, makikita natin yung mga steps na ganito pala saka magtanim, mangisda ang ating mga ninuno. Kung makikita din yung mga lyrics. So, ganito pala magpahayag ng pag-ibig ang ating mga ninuno. Then, the word pantayong pananaw. Pag breakdown ito, so, pantayo, tapos yung pananaw. Ibig sabihin, itong pagsusulat, pag-i-interpret natin ng history ay dapat mula sa perspective ng mga Pilipino. Hindi tayo magbabase lang sa perspective or ang author ay foreigner. Dapat yung mag-i-interpret ay mga Filipinos or shares Filipino values and traits. Kasi yung ibang mga account na na-discover, yung mga nagsusulat ng history about the Philippines na foreigner ay medyo may butas yan. Kasi lumaki sila sa ibang bansa, hindi nila nakagisnan ang buhay, mindset ng mga Filipinos. Kasi dapat makabuluhan para sa atin yung history. Yan. Salaysay na may saysay para sa sinasalaysayang grupo ng tao by Dr. Zeus Salazar. So, what you see on the picture, never ever believe on the influencers or people in the internet that promote misinformation. Hindi porket kabasa lang kayo ng mga blogs, articles na wala namang magandang reference or questionable yung sources na ginamit. Yes, yung Wikipedia kasi na-edit yan eh. Yeah, historiography, nakabantay ang Chicago Manual of Style, the primary documents. Kalaban nila ay yung mga taong nagbabasa lang sa Wikipedia or unreliable website. Kasi ito na yung problema ngayon na talaga nagpapaswitch ng stress. If such person didn't present a legitimate source man lang from historians or professionals or research, ay red flag na yan. Or kung wala naman kayong nakitang ganoong information from historians, research, X na. And if you are going to research, make sure that these websites are reliable talaga. So, gather all the primary sources, mga recordings, yung mga interviews talaga na mula sa mga tao. So, try nating ilagay sa analogy. In the concept of chismisan. Di ba kapag may hot issue ang isang celebrity, labas ang mga screenshot from them. Mga picture na magkasama sila, video na nag-aaway sila, or mga statement mula sa mga taong nakapaligid sa kanila. So, the task of the Marites people is to gather these sources at i-interpret na. Mukha bang may agenda itong statement, or is the statement intended to a certain person? Kumbaga, comparing these different sources, makikita ba natin na nagsisinungaling ang panig nito para mapagtakpan ang pagkakamali? Kapag physical characteristics naman, nagtugma ba yung dates na lumabas sila? Nagkabukuhan yung edad, edited ba yung mga picture nila? So, something like that. Kumbaga, na-utilize mo yung external and internal criticism at the present situation. So, these videos are from Professor Xiao Chua, yan, Xiao Time. Kumbaga, kung paano na-utilize or pinakita yung resulta ng internal and external criticism. Sa video na ito, sa YouTube video na napatunayan na hindi sinulat ni Jose Rizal, yung sa aking mga kabata. Yung ang popular na line ay yung ang hindi magmahal sa kanyang salita, mahigit sa hayop at malansang isda. Napatunayan sa isang research na hindi si Rizal kasi hindi nagtugma yung kaalaman ni Rizal sa edad. Then itong shout time, ang kodigo ni Kalantiaw na napatunayan na walang nasusulat na ganitong mga batas noon. So again, I hope that you will utilize the external and internal criticism. Hindi lang basta naniniwala sa mga balita na basta na lang pinapublish. You have to take the initiative to research and read. Yan. Practicein nyo na yung pagbabasa ng mga articles, ng mga research. Kasi once you practice reading, kahit yung mga kwento, kahit mga alamat, yung mga short stories na mahaba, once you have mastered reading, synthesizing, manina sa inyo. Talagang yung time ng pagbabasa nyo ay mapapadali. Okay, that would be all. Thank you.